Coachable Players Podcast. This podcast is built on the belief that the most successful athletes, employees, and business leaders share a trait. They are coachable. Yes, welcome everyone. Welcome back to the podcast. If you've been following along, you know we've been talking about something that often separates the good from the great ones, and that's coachability. When people think about recruiting, they usually focus on talent, speed, strength, stats, highlight reels. But if you talk to college coaches and company owners, they'll tell you something different. They're not just recruiting talent, they're recruiting teammates. And they're recruiting good company employees. This episode, we are going to speak to the young athletes. In sports, they want athletes who are open to feedback, who work well with others, who respond to coaching, and who are willing to improve. Because the reality is this: every athlete gets coached harder at the next level. The ones who succeed are the ones who embrace that process. And that's especially important for young athletes. A lot of athletes don't always have a clear understanding of how coachability they actually are. They may think they're doing the right thing, but they've never really taken the time to reflect on how they respond to coaching, feedback, or adversity. That's what led me to start developing something I'm really excited about. This is awesome. It's called the Coachable Assessment Test. This is a self-assessment designed to help athletes and young people better understand themselves, not just as players and workers, but as teammates and learners. The goal is simple: to measure something that usually isn't measured, your level of coachability. The test looks like this: how you respond to feedback, how accountable you are as a teammate or worker, whether you take responsibility for your mistakes, your willingness to improve, and how you react when a coach challenges you. After completing the assessment, you receive a coachability score. That gives you a snapshot of where you currently stand. But the score is just the starting point. The real value comes from understanding where you can grow. Along with the assessment, I can also provide guidance on how to improve specific areas of your coachability, whether that's handling feedback better, communicating more effectively, or becoming a stronger teammate. And again, for young athletes, this is huge, because self-awareness at an early age can give you a major advantage. If you can understand how you respond to coaching now, you can start building habits that will help you succeed not just in sports, but in life. And this concept goes beyond athletics. This assessment can also be incredibly valuable for business owners, especially small business owners. If you run a small team, you know how important it is to hire the right people. One person with a bad attitude or who can't take feedback can impact the entire culture. On the flip side, someone who is coachable, someone who listens, adapts, works with others, and wants to improve can elevate the entire team. That's why the Coachable Assessment Test can also be used as a tool to help elevate potential hires. It gives insight into whether a candidate brings a team-first mindset, whether they're open to feedback, and whether they're likely to be a positive addition to your company culture. Now, to give you an idea how this works, let me share a few sample questions from the assessment. As you listen, you can even score yourself. Rate each statement from 1 to 5. 1 meaning you strongly disagree. 5 meaning you strongly agree. Question 1. When a coach or supervisor gives criticism, my first reaction is to focus on how I can improve rather than feeling defensive. Question 2. If I'm given feedback on something I'm doing wrong, I make a conscientious effort to apply that correction right away. Question 3. When things don't go well, I look at what I could have done better before blaming others. Question 4. I actively ask for feedback to improve my performance. Question 5. Even if I disagree with a decision, I remain respectful and committed to the team or organization. Question 6. I take time to reflect on my performance and identify ways to improve. Question 7. I support teammates or coworkers who are struggling instead of criticizing them. Those are just a few examples, but the full assessment builds a much clearer picture of your overall coachability. And here's where you can help. Right now, the Coachable Assessment Test is still in the development stage, and I'm looking for volunteers to take the test and provide feedback. If you're a young athlete looking to better understand yourself, a coach or a parent who wants to help athletes grow, or a small business owner who wants to build a strong routine, I'd love for you to be part of this process. Your input will help refine the assessment and make it a more powerful tool for both athletes, organizations, and companies. If you're interested in being one of the first to take the Coachable Assessment Test, reach out and I'll send you the details. Because at the end of the day, talent might get you noticed, but being coachable is what helps you improve, succeed, and become someone others want to be on their team. Thanks for listening. And until next time, stay hungry and stay coachable.